Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino here in beautiful Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is boxing. This is Top Rank, presented by Hall of Fame boxing promoter Mr. Bob Arum. This weekend it is also brought to you by Boost Mobile. Money is Power, and the new feature film Samaritan, starring Sylvester Stallone, which comes to Prime Video August 26th. 11 fights on the card this Saturday night, coming to you from Tulsa. An unbelievable night of fights, and we've got a bunch of special guests up here on the stage, so we want to get right to it. Jeremiah Milton to my left, Richard Torrez down there to the right, then our co-main. It is Jared Anderson and Miljan Rovcanin. I'm going to mess this up all week, but your suit is so hot. Let me move. I got to pull up my cards here because I spelled this out so I wouldn't get it right. Miljan Rovcanin. Close enough?
Okay, close enough.
Close enough. Yeah. Your translator over here is smiling. He's rolling his eyes, shaking his head at me. Miljan Rovcanin, welcome as well. And then our main event, Jose Pedraza, Richard Commey. Thank you, gentlemen. Before we get into it, I do want to point out Mr. Torrez at the end does have the best facial hair of all time at a boxing event. It is inspiring, and I almost want to just pause for station identification so we could almost zoom in on that incredible mustache that has made its way here to Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm going to start down here with Jeremiah because he's shaking his head. He can't believe it either. You are born and raised here in Tulsa. So how does it feel to be fighting in your backyard?
Yeah, man, it's always a beautiful thing to come home. A lot of professional boxers never get an opportunity to fight in their hometown. So, I got my mama here. I got my people. It's a lot of love. I'm on a big stage, of course, a lot of heavyweights on this card. Yeah, so it's all action, baby, and I love it.
Definitely all action, because I'm looking through your notes, and this is your third fight already this year. You've been keeping busy. You're a 2-year pro. You started late in the game. How has this year helped your game?
Yeah, just turning pro has helped my game a lot, moving off to Vegas, getting a lot of different opportunities, sparring with a lot of the top guys, being seasoned as a pro, actually living a pro lifestyle. So, yeah, I just keep, climbing and growing.
You just hinted at it. I wanted to talk about Las Vegas because you did recently relocate to Vegas to train and commit full-time, and things have been going well out there. Obviously, you're training with Bones Adams. How's that been?
No, it's been great, like I say, just being out there amongst, top competitors all the time is just, it's priceless, Tulsa, Oklahoma is my hometown. I love it here, but in order for me to grow and hit that next level, you got to branch out. You got to see other things. You got to be immersed.
Do you feel there's a little added pressure when you have the opportunity to fight in your hometown? Are you getting blown up with family and friends, hitting you up for tickets? Does that make a difference, or are you able to keep your focus?
No, I think everybody knows it's all love from me. I do what I can for my people, but I got a date, I got a mission to accomplish while I'm out here. So, it's inspiring, too, because I get to see all my, streets, and, I'm familiar with everything around here, so it's pretty comforting.
Well, thank you for spending some time with us. We're excited to have you on this card, and to be fighting in your backyard's got to be something special. Thank you, man. All right, to my far right, Richard Torrez, to Larry in the house. Maybe that's what we'll nickname the stash. We'll call the stash Larry from now on. 2-0, quick start, Olympic silver medalist. What's been the best part of this journey for you so far?
Honestly, it's the people I meet. I have made brothers along the way. Guys like Jared, guys like Tiger, guys like just Freddie, all these guys that I've met along the way and been able to share this journey with. It's made the boxing.
The journey so far has been with your dad, Richard Sr., who's no stranger to the sport of boxing. I wrote down he had over 250 fights as an amateur. He's your manager, your trainer. How's that relationship been now that you are 2-0 working as a professional?
My dad's a man of many hats. He wears the dad hat, and he wears the coach hat, and he wears the boss hat. So it's really good to be able to have this entire journey with him. I'm a firm believer that you need an omnipotent in your corner, and to have my dad there, if he tells me to drop my hands and quack like a duck, I'm going to, So to be able to have him in the corner and have full trust in my corner, I feel like it's a cheat code.
Your first two fights, KO in the second round, KO in the first round. Is it important for you to get some rounds as you grow, or do you just you really don't plan it? You just get in the ring and you see what happens?
I mean, hopefully I get rounds, but at the end of the day, I think that shows the amount of hard work I did in preparation. I mean, I've been grinding at the Olympic Training Center back home in Tulsa. There's been a lot of work and hard work to go into those 1 rounds or 2 rounds. And so while I do hope that I get some rounds in, I'm thankful that they lasted the way they did.
You are definitely having a great time, and, you know, I hear the thankful. The last time we had one of these press conferences, you told me you were going to skydive after your fight, your last fight, which you did, right, back in Vegas?
Yeah.
So you're definitely having a good time on this journey. Look, who else went skydiving out there? Look, they're excited for you. Talk about that for just a second.
Oh, man, that was incredible, you know, and you guys are invited the next time I go again, too.
That's not happening.
I mean, you get up there, and it's almost kind of like you're going into a fight. You know, you get kind of nervous before the fight happens when you're going up in the plane, and all of a sudden when you put your feet on the edge and you take off, I mean, you're there, you know, and it's just all thrill and it's all fun, you know. So it is kind of like a fight in a little way.
Did you have the mustache when you jumped out of the plane? How was the breeze through through Larry? I'm calling it Larry. I've nicknamed it Larry. Listen, it's always exciting when we got you on the card. Honored to have you up here with us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, our co-feature, the big boys, the heavyweights, Jared Anderson and Miljan Rovcanin in our co-feature. I guess, Jared, I want to start with you. 2 years into the pro game, 11-0, 11 knockouts, never passed 6 rounds. How's the ride been for you?
I've been enjoying it. Just happy to be here, blessed to be here, and hopefully, you know, I can take everybody who came with me along the ride.
Listen, I think your toughest competitor to date is sitting to my left, so I'm going to come over to Miljan and your translator down here. Former Serbian champion, making your United States debut. What does this opportunity mean to you to be on a top-ranked card in Oklahoma on ESPN?
Kakva je šansa? Kakva ti je šansa ovdje što si, kako se osjećaš što si ovdje u Americi? Kako ti...
Dobar dan svima. Pre svega bih hteo da se zahvalim na ovoj prilici koja mi je pružio Top Rank i ESPN. Hvala im puno. Očekujem fair borbu i očekujem da ću pobediti. Ceo život treniram za ovo i idemo na pobedu.
I appreciate to Top Rank and to ESPN for this opportunity. My whole life I was expecting for this chance to fight in the United States, and we are expecting a fair fight, and we are going for the win and expecting a win.
Expecting a big W. I want to talk a little bit about the history here. You had no fights in 2020. You had 1 fight in 2021, and now this is your 3rd fight in 2022. You've been busy this year. Both your January and March fight of this year ended in knockouts. Do you like staying active like this? Does it help you having these 3 fights already in 2022?
Da li ti prija da budeš aktivan za vreme godine, pošto si imao već 2 meča koji si završio nokautom? Da li ti prija taj ritam?
Pa prija mi.
Yes, he's enjoying.
It's good. To the point. I like it. Just like Torrez's stash. To the point. Jared, I'm going to come over to you. Your last fight was in December, actually on Richard's card, the Commey Loma card. Big tough Teslenko, but you put him down. You come out this fight, southpaw. You know, you came out in that fight as a southpaw. How come?
It was really to switch things up. You know, we had been trying things in the gym. I thought it would definitely knock him off his confidence and get him a different look, which it did. It confused him, and then when we switched back in the 2nd round, he didn't know what to do, and it ended in a knockout.
Have you been able to watch much tape on your opponent Saturday night, and do you think he's your toughest opponent to date?
No, I have not been able to get a lot of footage. I've seen 1 fight. And also, I don't think so. He could be. It's possible. I guess I won't know until I get in there, because like I said, I only had 1 fight to really watch. But I definitely had some tough opponents in my career so far. I think Rodney Hernandez was real tough. Also, Kingsley eBay was real tough. I think they took some pretty hard shots before going down. So we'll see.
Miljan, I want to ask you about boxing running so deep in your family. Your father, Martin, still very active in the sport. How special is it for you to have this opportunity, not just for yourself, but for your family. Talk about your father a little bit and this opportunity as a family.
Kolika ti je, jesi razumio, jes? Kolika ti je šansa ovo što si imao, što imaš ovu priliku da se boriš ovde i šta to znači za tvog oca i za tvoju porodicu?
Pa ovo je velika stvar za moju porodicu, pogotovo za mog oca koji je ceo život bio uz mene i koji živi za ovaj sport. Trenutno nije bio mogućnosti da dođe ovde, ali bit će mu veoma drago da gleda ovaj meč i da me vidi u pravom svetlu.
This is a huge thing for his family and for his father who lives for the sport and who lives for his fighting and his progress. And he was unable to come for this fight, but he'll be following this fight, he's sure. And
I'm sure he'll be following, and he's probably incredibly proud. Thank you so much for spending time with us today. One last question for you, Jared. You've had the opportunity to spar with Tyson Fury, helping him prepare for his fights. How has that helped you? Oh, there's a big smile there. You can be honest. You can be truthful.
I don't think you want that. No, in all honesty, though, he's a real good dude. I enjoy my camp. I guess I'm over the learning experience now. I'm more, it's time to become the teacher now, I guess. I'm happy he showed me everything he did, but he's said he's finished with his career. So, like I said, it's time to be the teacher now. So I'm on past that chapter, and I'm kind of, past people asking it now. So that's the only reason I smile like.
Note taken. I'll never bring it up again.
Thank God.
The belts are in your eyes now, right? You see the belts at the end of the line.
Now we talking.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So let's say the Saturday night goes perfectly well.
Yeah.
You want a title shot around the corner?
Definitely. We always looking to fight the best of the best. So, if the best of the best got the titles, then that's who we going for.
All right. We'll start Saturday night. Thanks for joining us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to introduce our main event. Richard Commey, Jose Pedraza. Thank you, gentlemen. Richard, we'll start with you. 35 years old. How important is this fight to you right now?
I think it's very, very important because I lost my last fight in December, so it's an opportunity for me to get back into winning ways, and that's my first fight in 140, so I just want to announce myself.
Jose, I'm going to come and ask you the same question as well. 33 years old. You've had an incredible career, both of you up to this point. How important is this fight Saturday night to get back on the winning path?
La misma pregunta, tienes 33 años, has tenido una excelente carrera. ¿Cuán importante es esta pelea este sábado?
Lo mismo que Commey. Vengo de perder mi última pelea. Es bien importante para mí. Así que vengo a dar el resto para seguir adelante y estar en la élite.
Same as Richard, I'm coming from a loss, and right now I'm just looking for a big win and to stay in the names that are elite in the division.
Yeah, I want to talk about that last fight in March, the loss to Ramirez. What did you take away from that fight that you learned that can help you Saturday night?
Hablando de la pelea de marzo contra Ramírez, ¿qué piensas que aprendiste de esa pelea que puedes aplicar para esta pelea del sábado?
Ser más ofensivo para obviamente atraer a los jueces, ser más activo.
I believe I need to be more active. I need to be more offensive on this fight.
Richard, I'm going to come to you and ask the same questions because obviously the parallels here with both of you are very similar. The loss to Lomachenko in December, what did you take away from that fight that makes you a better fighter Saturday night?
Well, I think I wasn't a little bit active going through that fight. Like I stayed for too long, and I feel like I was a little bit rusted. Yeah. So, but it is what it is. It happened, and we both have shared same opponents. I think twice. So it's a good fight. I'm looking forward to it.
It's a fantastic fight, and I know the boxing community, boxing world is excited for Saturday night. You mentioned it just a second ago that your first time at 140 pounds. Was that something that you were looking forward to? Easier to make weight? Stronger?
Well, I wouldn't say easier to make the weight, but from the start of my career, I've been 135. So I think, and I'm also growing up. So it's time for me to move up in weight and just feel good. I don't have to be trying to struggle and all that. So I think it's the best time for me to move up in weight.
Yeah. You mentioned numerous times that, you know, your goal, your passion is to become a 2-division champion. This fight, obviously, if you're successful Saturday night, propels you for that opportunity. Why this fight? Why now? This is a serious test, a serious opponent.
Well, this is what I do, right? We fight and I fight, so it doesn't really matter. Like, God knows best, and you know this is the right time, so be it.
Yeah. Jose, I'm going to ask a very similar question. The 140-pound division is loaded. Does a big win Saturday night present the opportunity that you've also talked about becoming a 3-division world champion? That has a nice ring to it.
Que las 140 están bastante calientes en estos momentos. Una victoria el sábado te pondría en camino a tu meta, que sería convertirte campeón en 3 divisiones.
Sí, definitivamente. Una victoria contra Richard Commey, con un gran boxeador, me posicionaría más cerca de tener esa oportunidad de título mundial, así que es lo que estamos buscando, como bien dijeron, así que esa es la meta.
Yes, definitely. You know, a big win on Saturday against a great fighter like Richard Commey will put me a step into the world title opportunity, and that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, Commey is a strong opponent. It's, you know, we talk about his big right hand a lot. There's so much on the line for both of you. What do you expect from him Saturday night?
Se habla mucho de que Commey es un peleador fuerte, que tienes que cuidarte bien de su mano derecha. Fuera de eso, ¿qué esperas de él este sábado?
Richard Commey no solo tiene su mano derecha fuerte, pega con ambas manos, ¿verdad? Es bien fuerte. Es un boxeador que lo deja echar el resto en el ring. Así que vamos a ir trabajando con eso. Estamos trabajando en eso. Y es lo que vamos a plantear en la pelea. Su gran fortaleza física y su gran pegada en sus ambas manos.
Richard Commey is not only has a strong right hand, he's a strong fighter that punches hard with both hands, and we have that in the game plan. So we're going to be working on that. So I'm expecting a tough fight and against a strong fighter.
Yeah. Richard, your camp was almost 3 months long in Brooklyn, the Cops and Kids Gym in Flatbush. Talk about that experience.
Well, I've been in the gym since I got back from Ghana in March, so yeah, it's been tough. You know, I always train out, I always prepare myself out because I know boxing is not and it's a sport, so you got to be ready before you get into the ring. So always make sure I'm 100% ready.
What do you expect from your opponent on Saturday night? I asked him the question. I posed the same question to you. So much at stake on the line for both of you guys. What are you anticipating Saturday?
Good fight and good fight. Yeah, exciting fight.
It's going to be an incredible fight. Sniper, the Sniper Boxing Academy, that is your gym. Talk about that a little bit. You're passionate about that.
Que hables un poco de tu academia de boxeo de Sniper y tu pasión por el boxeo.
Mira, enseñar lo aprendido. La Academia Sniper tiene que salir boxeadores, grandes boxeadores, de todo lo que me han enseñado, enseñar lo que he aprendido. Así que esa es la meta en la Academia Sniper. No dejarlo en lo que me enseñaron, sino que dar lo que recibí. Así que esa es la meta.
It's all about teaching what I learned. You know, we can bring some good fighters outside of the boxing academy. And right now, the goal is to teach everything that I have learned and keep evolving and bringing up great fighters.
Gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for spending time with us. We keep these press conferences brief because I know how busy your afternoon schedule is. To everybody tuning in, thank you so much. An incredible night of fights this Saturday. 11 fights on the card. We weigh them in tomorrow. So until then, as always, this is boxing. This is Top Rank. We'll see you tomorrow as these guys take the scale. Have a great afternoon.